Hello friends, it's Pixie. Welcome to my place. I am so glad you could join me. Please leave your shoes at the door and let me know in the comments what kind of tea you would like. I have Lipton Yellow Label. I have some kind of fruity, flowery tea. And I have peppermint herbal tea. Peppermint tea, by the way, is super good if you're feeling nauseous or bloated or anything. That's not what this video is about, but speaking of peppermint tea. So yeah, anyway. How are you doing? So my thought behind this video is that a couple weeks ago I posted a studio vlog where I said something about how last time I posted a studio vlog I had just gone full-time as an artist, and now it's been a while and I've learned things. And then I proceeded to say nothing about the things I have learned. So I thought I should make a video talking about what it's been like the pros and cons of being an artist full-time. So before we get into it, one thing about being an artist is that it's a job that can look extremely different. So not all of this is going to be very universal, but I think some of the things I've run into are. Anyway, regardless, this is going to be about my experience, and if there's anything about what it's been like for me that you would like to know that I haven't mentioned by the end, just ask it down below and I will do my best to give a good response. So I figured we would start with the cons and the negative stuff, so we can end on a high note with the positive stuff. And right out the gate, I have to say, the thing that everyone tells you when you say you want to be an artist or that you are an artist: how do you make any money? Do you make enough money? And I don't yet make enough money. So I'm only still able to do this because I'm very lucky, and when my money isn't enough for my bills, I call my mom or my grandma and say, I am short this amount to pay this bill, can you please help me? And they usually can and are willing to help me. That's obviously not sustainable, and it also feels really, really bad, and I hate admitting it. But considering the other factors I'm gonna get into, it's better than any other option I have. I also do really think that I will eventually be able to make this work financially. So I guess we'll see if I can get away with building it up until it is sustainable. I don't really know what I'm gonna do otherwise, to be honest. So just to give context, in case you don't know me and you're new here, welcome, if you are. The reason I decided to do art full time is because I am too disabled to do a normal job, and I was trying to study web design, and the studying was also burning me out and really breaking me down. And when I looked over my options for what to do instead, I came to the conclusion that this insane adventure was the most viable alternative and the least miserable one. So that's why I don't really know what I would do if I can't do this anymore. And I think that's also a big reason that people are willing to help me, because my family have obviously seen me struggle my whole life, and they know I try really hard. So Speaking of my limitations, I'm just gonna move on to other cons so we can get to the good stuff, because that's what I want to talk about. I think another negative is that you do need to work a lot, and preferably you should work more than I am physically capable of doing. And I sometimes can feel a bit stressed about that. I also really despise having to do bookkeeping and keep track of different tax laws for import and export and European Union and Brexit and yada yada. That is very much not fun. but it's also never as bad as I think it's going to be once I actually sit down and do it. On the creative side of things, I have noticed that I sometimes deprioritize things that I need for my development as an artist. So studying and practicing, and also just playing around and making art just for fun, because obviously I am stressed about making money, and so I am trying to think, what can I make into a product? How can I pay the bills? And that's really not good. So I am combating that, because both the practice and the having fun are essential to the making money. Like, these aren't things that are optional if you're an artist. You have to practice your craft, and you also have to express yourself and be genuine. And like, don't get me wrong, I try to show up and be genuine and connect with commissioned pieces as well as personal ones. But in order to be able to do that, I do need to have spent some time with just myself and have an idea of who myself is, so I can bring that to my work. Another con that I've seen many people talk about when you work from home is the boundary between being free and working. I tried to make rules for myself at the start to keep that boundary, and I broke all the rules immediately, and I am still kind of struggling with that, trying to learn to have time off even if I am in my own home, so I don't have to like go away to actually relax. Playing video games is really helpful for that though, because that's not related to anything I can connect to, like work. It's just for fun. Recently, when I want to relax, I've been replaying Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, and I'm really enjoying it, even though the game certainly has flaws in how it portrays women, and I don't like all the vomiting sounds, but it's still a really fun game. The last negative thing I will say, and this is obviously also due to the panini we've been having, but it can be a bit lonely sometimes. Now, on to the good stuff. And listen, I really, really love doing this job. It is perfect for me. So the reason it's better for my health, even though it's a lot of work and kind of stressful because of the financial stuff, is because I have so much control over my time, and that just lowers my stress levels so much, because I can have good and bad days in a really unpredictable way, so I find it really difficult to plan a long time ahead and keep set meetings. And like, I do that with my therapist and with my politics every week, but then depending on how tired those things make me, I can move around the rest of my tasks to fit around how I'm feeling. And that has actually improved my health massively. Like, before this, if I did my laundry, I was completely knocked out and couldn't do anything for 3 days afterwards. And now, laundry is still a bit of a project, but I can do it and then I can work the next day. And, you know, I love that for me. I really do. This has also helped me being able to try to start up more healthy habits recently. So I've started to try to do a little workout every day, and I have started to make myself healthier food. I'm doing the most to make it as easy for myself as possible, because I don't want to spend a lot of my energy on cooking, because that energy is still very limited. But yeah, it's really nice to be able to at least try. Another really good thing about being self-employed is that I set my own rules for my workplace, and that means I can be completely open about my politics. So I can be super Marxist whenever I want, and no one can tell me any different. obviously I am working like on a market, and being political can turn some people off. I'm risking alienating customers, but like, I don't know, I have made the choice that I want to be honest, and I can just do that, because you can be an artist in any way that you want and try to make it work. And I do really think that this is going to work. Like, I don't know, I didn't entertain the thought of not talking about politics in my art stuff. I didn't entertain that thought for very long, because it just would be completely pointless to be a Marxist if I hid that I'm a Marxist when I have the option not to. Like, for some people, it's unsafe to be out with the revolutionary politics, but I have the choice. I can be, and choosing not to would I even be a Marxist at that point? I don't know. But it's also like artistic integrity. I have to be genuine, because otherwise, what's even the point? I don't know. Another thing I really enjoy is that I have so many different work tasks that I can do. So like, obviously I love drawing and painting, but if on a day I am not feeling it, I don't like anything I've drawn, I have other tasks that I can tend to as well. And I do really like making videos and stuff like that. So the like social media marketing part of the deal is pretty fun, even if it's also stressful sometimes. Like, you know, when Instagram changes their algorithm again. But we make do. Anyway, I really like to have a variety of things that I get to do, that I can switch between. I'm never bored. I cannot be bored in this job, which on the other hand might be good for me, but the old flesh prison doesn't really allow a boring job. So here we are. So, okay, the process of making art is really enjoyable for the most part, and like overall, even if it's a struggle sometimes. But sharing it is satisfying in a different way, because art is something that people get when they have, like, they're housed and they're fed and they're clothed. Beyond that, art is a reminder that there is something more to strive towards. There is more beyond like the drudging of everyday life, and it makes people happy. And I really love being part of making someone happy. It is just so satisfying to have a positive connection with another human in that way. That's something I really, really like about doing commissions, because then I get to make sure that one specific person is happy with what I make for them. And I usually try to find out what, if I'm painting a portrait, I want to know about the person I am painting, so I can have a connection with the subject of the painting as well. And all of that just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I just really like human beings, and I like connecting with you, especially when I get to do it through painting. Creating is just a really good thing to do for me, and I think for everyone, and I hope I can keep doing it as a job, because it's fun and good for me, and also because, like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do otherwise. This feels like a good note to end on, to shout out my patrons for being just a great pillar under this little operation. Thank you so, so much. If you would maybe like to join my Patreon, there's a link down below. I am Pixie with Pens there, as well as everywhere else. You get a monthly exclusive video. There's a drawing club with prompts and a Discord. There's stickers and prints and discounted commissions and a discount code for my Etsy. It's a lot of good stuff. And thank you so much for watching and hanging out. I hope this was interesting or helpful or something in some way to someone. If you have any questions, let me know them down below and I will do my best to answer. And until I see you next time, take care. Goodbye.